and they look exactly
just
alike.
And then you see some twins that look nothing like. What the? What's up, Dadpool? He got his popcorn
right away.
ready. And then
someone was on the edge of their seat.
What's good, James? Dadpool, thanks for the well wishes. Yeah, so freaking as you guys who watch us know, Dadpool's always in the comments before the show even starts. He's here before us usually. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. But anyways, yesterday
dedication. We don't have that dedication, and we do the show.
That's true. That's true. And then technically this morning, because it was midnight, Dadpool was watching the stream from earlier when we reviewed whatever the hell we reviewed. I forgot. But anyway, he had a comment for James, sending James well wishes, basically.
James did say the chafing is going down.
That's
the
good.
lotion is helping.
That's good. Told you, James, when you do these kind of tactics, you have to have your Crocs in sport mode and use lube. You got
to be careful, though. Not every hole is a good hole.
No.
Just
be careful next time, James.
Yeah.
That's all.
Words to live by.
You see, when your friends get hurt, this is how you're supposed to talk to them. You don't baby them.
You got to rip that Band-Aid off.
Yep. But tonight, people, it is time for us to not only introduce our guest, John, but to let you guys know what we're reviewing. El Mariachi and Pan's Labyrinth. And as you can see, our Puerto Rican representative isn't here tonight. You see this? And here's the problem with these with wheels like this is the rice and beans wheel. We had the chicken and grits wheel, and we had the cheese and crackers wheel.
It's nice to have the reverse Oreo aesthetic going again.
This isn't great. This is another thing. So anyway, when rice and beans isn't here, and it's me and two white guys with a rice and beans wheel, this is why we don't have any other I guess you'd call it race, culture, whatever, wheels, like the Asian wheel and all that. If we had an Asian on the podcast, we'd do it. We'd do it up. And we're going right to food. We're not going to stereotypes. We're just going to certain foods. That's it. It's easy. It's simple. It's true. It's funny. And it goes to movies.
Did both of these come from the same wheel?
Yes.
Yeah. So what we do is, which you will see, but we'll have what's this one called on here? The Wheel of Destiny, and that wheel has
categories,
different categories of whatever, and then whatever category it hits, we'll spin it twice, and that's how we pick our movies.
You won't believe the amount of time we spent just fucking joking around and putting that shit together.
Yes. It started out. So the funny thing is, this started out with what, 40 movies?
I don't even know.
Because it was
a lot.
When it was me, you, James, and Ibrahim, we each picked 10 movies. So it's 40 movies. It started out with 40 and just one big wheel. And then from there, we were like, let's start doing categories. I think our very first category was the hate wheel. Just right away, that was the hate wheel. And then it just went on from there. And we've made different wheels. After certain wheels are gone, they don't come back. Certain wheels.
Eventually.
Yeah.
I don't know. We all have COVID to thank for this.
Yes, we do.
That's why we're here.
Yes, we do.
By the way, I want to say a special shout out to, we passed the 1,400 mark on Twitter followers.
Look at that.
And I can't thank everyone enough for following on Twitter, especially since we literally don't post. only when our stream starts every Saturday.
We should probably work on that.
We should be better at that.
A lot better at it. There's a bunch of us. There's enough of us to just go on there.
Absolutely. Yeah. James isn't doing shit. If he could take his hand off his cock long enough to send out a tweet, that would be much appreciated.
We got that. We have to do our TikToks.
I know.
I mean, the only face you see.
Just wash your hands before you use your phone or whatever tweeting device you use.
Well, it's his own phone. It's his own phone. He don't have to wash his hands.
I mean, if he wants it to keep working, you don't want it to get lotion and everything.
Well, no, that's why you put it in a Ziploc bag or something.
Oh, keep the phone in the bag.
Those bags that you can get for your cell phone.
But they're all touchscreen. I don't know if you can use the touchscreen through plastic.
No. But the bags. There's bags you can put your phone in
I
that are
apologize.
for
This is often
touchscreen
where our show goes.
for when you go swimming and shit, or
Yeah.
when it's raining out, you can put your phone in this type of bag thing, and you can see your screen. You can type and do all that other shit. So just get him one of those for his birthday.
It also works through just a regular old like Ziploc sandwich bag.
Does
See?
it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Sounds
you
like
can
know some
drop it in there
experience,
and
too.
still use the touchscreen.
I gotta tell James this.
Yeah, James, we're gonna get you some Ziploc bags for just a special day for you.
Yeah, do
Make sure
something.
your phone can fit.
Do something while you heal.
Or
There you
maybe he could go back to using a BlackBerry. I mean, there's no touchscreen; it's all a keyboard.
Yeah, but then the keys are gonna get stuck, and the ball's gonna be stuck. But he's gonna get the ball. Never mind. That's a Patreon type episode. The way we're taking this route.
It already went sideways.
Yeah, but not too bad. I was headed.
Let's rein it back in.
It wasn't gonna be bad. It was gonna be funny, but I had to be careful.
But yes, a shout out to all our Twitter followers. We crossed 1,400, so that's super cool. Oh, we literally just picked up one in the last 30 seconds.
Ooh!
So
whoever did that, you're a great person. Oh, happy birthday, Mom! I know you're
happy
not watching
birthday.
this.
It was Dadpool.
Dadpool, you're amazing.
Dadpool.
We should have known. He's on everything.
Man, he's Johnny on the spot.
He is.
He is.
Wow. He's more excited about this than we are.
I love it. I love
it's
it.
Great. Thank you.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
I just thought that.
Speaking of podcasts, before we get into this, so John, you wanna don't be shy because I'm gonna put you. The spotlight's about to be on you, man.
Okay, you got it.
Tell the people about your podcast. I do have the link in the description. Go check out his show. I was on an episode a few weeks ago. It's awesome. It's an awesome podcast. He does dope shit, guys. He does dope shit.
As a matter of fact, I need to look up and see. It wasn't too long ago, actually, Sturdy, that you were on. In fact, let me just look real quick. And it was episode 378, which was April 27th. So just a few days ago. Look, I run a podcast called the PVD Cast. It is my own private, personal podcasting project where I discuss things that I'm passionate about, which, as you can see behind me, comics, movies, hockey, pro wrestling. Those are my passions, my addictions, and I love talking about them. And usually an episode involves me talking to somebody that has some independent endeavors going on, because as many people probably think this is kind of bullshit, it's not. I feel like the best ideas come from an independent spirit, and I like to highlight those. I'm just actually funny that I was talking off air to Sturdy. I'm taking a week off. I'm going to go on vacation, but I would have said that new episodes drop every Thursday, but they won't this Thursday. But hey, there's plenty of episodes to check out. PVDcast.com is my web address. You can find the PVDcast literally anywhere, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, et cetera. Just put in PVDcast in the search bar. And I don't know why Sturdy does this, but some of those outlets, they demand that you have my name after it. So it's PVDcast John Orlando, and you should be able to find it. So,
but yeah, go check them out, people. Go check them out.
Awesome. Sweet. I did notice the hockey reference there, and that's when I realized your hat said Bauer.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a hockey nerd. Last couple of weeks, just the Stanley Cup Finals. I mean, man, oh man, it just it's great stuff.
Yeah, I'm a big hockey fan myself.
Okay,
you're a fake hockey fan or big? Hockey fan? Oh, I think I said fake.
You can't see it. Rangers banner over my head there. But
okay.
Right.
I don't know. They got rid of Gerard Gallant. I think they should have kept him.
Nothing about their head coach has been exciting.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm a Pens fan, so because growing up outside of Pittsburgh, so we're apparently.
I had a feeling you would say that after hearing you were a Steelers fan earlier.
Yeah. Well, but don't worry, Chris. I feel like this year was the worst, shittiest year that they've had in a long time. And
they're on a sharp decline now.
Yeah. We're not doing anything about it except for hiring the dumbasses from Toronto that can't do anything right.
The white guys are taking over this as a hockey podcast now, by the way. That's
See this? We see this, guys. And that's why I don't watch hockey.
Yep.
As long as somebody's throwing the gloves off, pulling the shirt over their head, and going at it, I'm good with it.
That's the best part.
That's it.
I've seen it in person though a couple times. River Rats games back in the day.
I actually, now that the Albany Empire got kicked out of the Arena League, maybe they'll bring back a hockey team. That would be awesome.
Oh, we'll see.
Antonio Brown's gonna run that one too.
Oh God,
That'd be
God.
hilarious. Worst damn in the house.
Ugh.
What up, buddy?
But yes, we are here to talk about El Mariachi and Pan's Labyrinth. And John, since you're our guest, what movie do you want to start with? What movie do you want to start with as far as reviewing?
Let's do El Mariachi.
There we go.
El
Mariachi.
Mariachi.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I didn't like this one.
Wow.
Whoa.
Really?
I didn't. I really didn't like this one. This one felt like a bad. I even told my wife this earlier.
You have stronger feelings on this than I thought you would already.
Yeah, it was like a bad Spanish action movie to me.
Well, I think
Didn't
that's
like
what they
it.
were going for, though.
That's the point
Yeah.
of it.
It was just horrible. It was
Was this Robert? This was a Robert Rodriguez film, right? And was
His
this his
first.
first one? Okay.
His first. Yeah.
oh shit. I hope it got better after this.
You know, it was
Yeah.
funny when you sent out the movies, Sturdy. I just picked up El Mariachi. I just got it on like physical media,
Really?
and I already had Pan's Labyrinth on DVD.
Nice.
But I just picked it up because I saw it on sale and it was a dirt cheap. You got that plus Desperado plus Once Upon a Time in Mexico, which is like the trilogy of that character, the
Okay.
mariachi guy. So,
So is this mariachi guy in those films, or is it the same?
Yeah,
actor?
Antonio Banderas, the same character.
mhm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've seen at least one or two of those others. Well, El Mariachi was what, 91? Very early 90s. I don't remember what the year.
93, maybe 92. Yeah, something.
I think
like that.
92.
Because I have not seen El Mariachi before.
Yeah,
But
you've definitely seen Desperado.
So Desperado
That's
probably
got
saw
Salma
Desperado.
Hayek, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah. Then I
Mhm.
then I definitely saw it.
Yeah, and
Who
then
looks
Once Upon a
exactly the
Time
fucking
in-
same.
Yeah, and Once Upon a Time in Mexico just follows.
That
up with
I haven't
and-
seen. So it must have been Desperado. Yeah. Okay.
The first time I watched El Mariachi, I watched it when I first moved to Columbus because I got IFC, the Independent Film Channel, which, it just to me, I always kind of liked movies, but once I found out that like everyday people could make movies, like to me, an indie movie was not even registering with me. Okay, it wasn't. It really wasn't. It wasn't until I saw Clerks that it
Okay.
registered. And I read about it. And then El Mariachi was not far behind. I moved up here to Columbus and got that IFC, and there were so many cool things on there. And El Mariachi, I remember specifically watching a couple times on that cable channel, and I dug it. I liked the movie a lot.
Are we doing early ratings or anything?
Sure.
Yeah, we could do that. I was just pouring my drink, my sodas. But again, John, because you're the guest, I'm gonna put you on the hot spot again. Just so for this part, you just tell us your number rating, and then we're gonna get into after everybody gives their rating, we'll get into our reasons why.
Okay.
But when I pull you up,
10 is obviously the best. 1 is the worst.
well, okay,
Aaron has his own scale.
all right.
That's how most people that's how most people rate movies.
So the way that we do it, the way that they do it on here is from 0 to 10. Me, from -10 to +10. Thank you to Blood Lake. So that's why I had to stretch it out. So it's up to you, really.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go a +8. I'm gonna go an 8.
8. Okay.
I'm gonna go 5.
Okay.
6.5.
0.
Wow. I really
That was me
didn't think-
being nice.
I really did not think you disliked this as much as you do.
You said you gave it a 5, Chris? Crackers, Chris?
Yeah, right in the middle.
All right.
I don't know who put it on the wheel.
John, you said 8.
I
think
said
it was
an
me.
8, yes.
It was either him or Francis.
My first thought was your wife. I'm not gonna lie.
She did, listen, for the rice and beans wheel, my wife did all the picks.
Oh, all right.
I had to. I mean, she would know the Spanish movie. Well, that's not, I can't say it like that, but she would know the Spanish movies more so than me. And she did.
What specifically did you not like about it, Sturdy? I mean,
I couldn't, it was just boring to me.
okay.
How?
It bad, horrible acting. I couldn't connect with that. The story I didn't care about the story, so I was just watching it because I had to.
It's a drifter freaking singer with a guitar case that turns into a gun. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
It didn't turn into a gun. It's just that one guy had guns in his and one guy didn't.
I can see your point in some of the scenes. It went back and forth for me between, like, I don't give a shit about what's happening in the scene. I can see some of that bad acting, but then it had the entertaining scenes, you know, where he's shooting people down, he's running from these guys that are trying to kill him.
Yeah.
The whole miscommunication thing is a little, I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that didn't make sense. And then the freaking just the guys that shot each other.
I kind of laughed at that when he goes running over the truck and the two guys shoot each other. Like, that was so stupid. I had to laugh a little bit.
I was like, "What the? That was so bad." And it just, I don't know, man. I just couldn't get into it. I tried my best, and I could not get into it.
I will ask this. So the movie starts off, with the guy that is in this little prison cell with some other passed out people. Like, what the fuck is the point? He's running his own business out of this little cell or something like that. Where he got screwed over. He gets a phone call from a partner that screwed him over money-wise, and somehow he's in this cell, which he clearly can do whatever he wants, and just pays to leave after they come to kill him. Like, what was the point of this?
Well, my two things with that, Chris, was I mentioned, like, I get that they're trying to paint the picture that it's like a Mexican jail and that the rules are real loose down there in Mexico, especially if you're, mobbed up with the cartels. But I did love how that guy, I think his name was Azul, how he just randomly had machine guns in his cell.
Oh, yeah. Azul, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah, and a bag phone, which I wanted to know, what was your monthly bill on that bag phone? Because a 5-minute phone call cost you like $37 for 5 minutes on a bag phone back in the day.
There was also one joke later in the movie where the mariachi guy, once they find out the guy's name is Azul, he's like, his name's Azul. Why isn't he wearing blue or something like that?
Yeah.
He's wearing all black. Why is he wearing blue? Yeah.
But I like after that, like there's that whole first 5 minutes there. I'm like, why? Why was he even here to begin with? Like, I get the idea. You want the setting of the easily corruptible jail people or something in Mexico. That's a little stereotypical. That's come up in movies. I don't know if it was how much it was before the early 90s, certainly after. I'm like, a little bit of a waste of time, I thought.
Those two people that were in charge of the jail are legitimate, like, prison officials.
Yeah.
That they put in the film.
Oh, wow.
Which, if you do a little bit of research, if you do research, Rodriguez did that a lot. There were two newspaper reporters who were very critical of him and how violent his film was that he was making in that little town in Mexico. He's like, do you want to be in the movie? And then all of a sudden their tunes changed. Oh, this is a great movie, blah, 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 blah. So he got positive press by just letting two schmucks join the cast.
I wonder if that I bet that was a double-edged sword. It was also probably cheaper to have them do stuff than
probably
actual actors.
Yeah.
And
this had to be low budget for sure.
Mm-hmm.
7,000.
Yep.
Was it? Oh, wow. Okay.
That's the rumor. I've seen also where they say 9,000, but everywhere consistently says it 7,000. He did like a bunch of like Robert Rodriguez sold a lot of plasma. And did like other like those, hey, take this medicine and chart your, that type of experimental stuff. Yeah, so he did that to get the money in order to make it.
Wow.
Shit,
all right. I respect that shit.
Now
that's dedication.
It is. I respect it, but the movie still sucks in my opinion.
Like, how many times a day can you go to the bank? You know what I mean?
How many times a day can you donate plasma?
Can you go to the
I don't know.
bank?
Well, but the nice part was Columbia Pictures ended up buying it for $200K.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's a nice come up.
Yeah,
actually
just need to get in the door, man.
Yeah,
that's
very
about.
True. Getting that opportunity.
We gotta have something decent at least. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think. See, I can. There's aspects of this movie that are good, like the fun action scenes, the whole miscommunication between the mariachi guy and the real and Azul.
Mhm.
It's good. It's a little weak. But
Told
you know,
poorly.
you know, you knew definitely their guitar cases were going to get mixed up at some point.
Oh, yeah,
Literally from the beginning, you
I
could
was
see
just
that
waiting.
that was going to be a plot point.
But I'm like, how could you not tell the difference? The weight, there's just everything's gonna be different about it. But I know movies got a movie, so you can't really complain about that. And with the shit that I watch, I really can't complain about that.
And so that was something I was gonna say. I feel like we and people who are kind of in a position that either create content or do reviews or reactions or whatnot, or even if you're just a couch fucking Ebert and fucking Siskel, right? You're just with your family, you just fucking love being a critic. I think we get so wrapped up into that aspect of it that we forget that movies are movies, right? We
Mhm.
forget that movies are meant to be able to be a creative expression, right? It's meant to be a dream made into reality. So it's supposed to be able to do whatever the fuck it wants to do and whatever the visionary it has in its mind. You know what I mean? So we can't
Yeah.
lose sight of that because it's art, right? It's expressive. It's ever changing or not, and it's is what it is, but it's meant to be expansive and just like wonderful and just
Agreed.
grandoso, so that's the point of it.
No, I get it. I get it. And I agree with that 1000%, but I'm still gonna complain about shit. I'm like,
And listen, I don't care what anybody says. You might moan and complain, and you might get on the fucking bandwagon and train talking about Michael Bay and his explosions, but because of that, man, all other movies' explosions are weak. All other movies' explosions are like, that was all right. That action sequence was okay. It could have used a little more boom. It could have used a little bay,
it depends. It depends. Because sometimes shit's just too much. But I mean at the same time though, the 80s, like 80s movies, you freaking blow on a car wrong, it's gonna explode. Like, come on now, guy. I just farted next to the car and it blew up. What the hell?
We don't know that's not true.
At least they get it right nowadays. There's no sparks flying first and stuff. It's actual like blaze and explosion.
Mhm.
It's not like fireworks going off.
I
Spreading
enjoyed
Roman candles.
I enjoyed the scene where the mariachi guy goes into his first bar in the town looking for a job,
Yeah.
and he's like, I'm looking for steady work, and he's like, why would I hire one guy when I have a whole band? And he points to this guy just sitting at a table with a keyboard. So he sets up real quick and plays the keyboard. See, whole band.
Whole mariachi band right here. I was like, that's hey. You gotta do
You're
what
not
you
wrong,
gotta do.
man. You're not wrong.
Technology, even back then, right?
Yeah.
Paying them in alcohol. So there you go.
I also enjoyed that. It seems in all these action films, no matter what it is, that the bad guys always use Uzis, which I always like. Why? When did that become such a thing? And in fact, for a while, I'm probably ashamed to admit this, but I'm gonna admit to it. I thought for a while that maybe just Uzis weren't really real firearms. They were just like manufactured for action movies. And actually Googled it, like Uzis. So let's find out. Oh, what do you know? They are actually a real submachine gun. Okay.
That's oh wow! It just dawned on me. I got on that train of thinking as a kid watching action movies and shit too. I'm like, the Uzi was like the go-to gun to the point where, like, I remember looking it up. It is real, and then I had forgotten about that.
You know what the funny thing is too with a lot of action movies, the Uzi's always a go-to gun, but they always get outshot and outgunned by a handgun.
Oh yeah,
this thing holds 6 bullets. How the hell does it have 4,000?
Or a
Did not
sawed-off.
reload once. Yeah.
A sawed-off that you gotta fucking.
I'm like, you shot all those rounds. You shot 1,000 rounds and missed. That's awful. That's awful. That's terrible bad guy. And on top of that, the head honcho should be mad you're costing him so much damn money. Like, yo, you missed.
It's like quantity over quality.
And it'll be like four people against one. Like, yo, all 4 of you shot 4,000 shots and missed this one guy. How? He was right in the center in the circle where we had him set up, and you missed. How?
He was doing his Steven Seagal kung fu.
Super Steven Seagal super slow action scenes. Like, how is he beating all your asses and he's slow as hell? This is embarrassing.
That fat fuck.
Yeah, fuck you, Steven Seagal.
No, but like shootout scenes seem harder than ever to film because you can't have someone there unloading 1,000 rounds and not hit or come close to the person they're trying to hit. It just doesn't seem realistic in any expectation.
I mean, the only thing that you could justify to say, well, and I'll just use Steven Seagal for an example. Just use his name. He is because he's the U.S. Marshal or he's the whatever law enforcement he's with. He's got better training than your street thugs.
I believe he's just Russian now.
Yeah. But yeah, that's another fun thing. Like, yeah, he was a top guard, but that doesn't stop a bullet, though. You can't. I don't care how much training you have. If someone has a gun to your face directly and they pull the trigger, you can't just jump out. You're not Spider-Man or the Flash. You're a marshal or whatever. No disrespect, but again, you're not the Flash.
Movies. They're meant to be magical. It's like
Yeah.
Disney World.
I also laughed when the mariachi guy checks into that cheap hotel after the hotel manager there is warned to let whatever guy know if he sees a guy dressed in black with a guitar case. Like, and he wasn't going to take any money when he said, "Can I just pay you the end of the week?" Until he looked up and saw how he was dressed and had the guitar case. He's like, "Give me the money now. Whatever you have," because he knows he's going to get shot.
And then took all of it.
And then took whatever he had. And then when he calls and they come looking for him, there's literally scenes of him telling the guys which way to go as the mariachi guys
This
trying to
whole
run.
freaking time, I'm like, what? Why? Come on. They go into the wrong room at first. He's like, I said 10, you idiots. I said 10 more.
It's a little more slapstick than I was expecting, actually.
A lot more, yeah. It definitely was.
Was the guy you can't think the name of, was that henchman named Taco? Because that was one of the henchmen's name. And I'm like, that seems a little like little harsh, a little racist, if you ask me. You know?
Was it really?
Yeah.
I don't remember any of the henchmen's names.
Yeah.
That's the only one I do remember. I don't remember which one it was.
I don't either. I hope it was that white dude with the big brown mustache. The guy that looks, you know, I hope that was it. Like in some weird irony, like, yeah, we're gonna call this dude the white dude Taco.
That's hilarious. Now I gotta Google that and see if it was him.
It'll be good to know. And when he gets to Domino, that's the name of the female character, right? I think. What she calls herself, at least.
Yes, her name is Domino.
Like literally the 2 times he goes there before he ends up staying there, it's dark and there's no people in the bar whatsoever. I'm like, what kind of environment is this? Like the only time they show people in the bar is the one scene where they actually have him come down and play music. Other than that, it's like it's the middle of the night in there with hardly any lights, and it's just her and a random other Asian-looking bartender that she looks over at. And I'm not like they look at him through the mirror. Like I'm not even sure they were looking at him. It almost seemed like a reflection of him.
I also would like to throw it out there that I mean Domino, okay, she was fine, but I want to know more about the drug kingpin Moko, his girl. Wow, she was on fire. I was like, tell me more about her. I want to know more about her, not so much Domino.
Yeah, you didn't get nothing about her.
No, you did not.
Her fetching him something to drink and eat and all this other stuff. I'm hungry.
Filing his nails, combing his hair.
Yeah.
We didn't really get any info on him really whatsoever.
You know what though? That's trust right there. You got to have a strong relationship if you're going to let somebody file your fingernails. You know. I mean seriously, that's some trust right there, because they could, you know, maybe mess up and push a cuticle back too far and that would hurt, or trim down your nails too small and then, you know, you have that weird feeling on the end of your thumb or whatnot. I mean, that's some trust there. That's just my humble opinion.
Like, you got a point there, but I mean, people do pay to have people do that to them too.
I know. I'm not a big fan of that.
See? That's trust.
It
Strangers.
Trust in strangers. I think one of my favorite scenes in the movie was when Domino comes up and the mariachi. What is the mariachi's guy's name? I don't even know what it was.
They just called him El Mariachi through like the
Was
whole
that
movie.
it? Did they even say his
Basically.
name? Did he have a name?
For the most part, they just said he's Mariachi.
Yeah.
He might have had a name, but for the most part, it was just Mariachi because that's just who they knew him as, I guess.
When he's in the bathtub and she threatens him by castration, basically, to play the guitar. That was a good scene.
Mm-hmm. I enjoyed the gag about the dog. Watch out for my dog, and the dog.
Oh,
did
this is the
nothing.
laziest
Just
pit
laying
bull I've
there.
ever seen.
I know. I'm like, way to go.
By the way, I don't
dog.
know how the fuck he's strapped onto the motorcycle.
I was thinking the same shit.
When he's driving away. Like, how the fuck is this pit bull strapped on a motorcycle?
On top of that, after that whole scene where everybody's dead, there was a car there right behind his motorcycle. He could have just taken the car, took way more shit in the car, had a way easier trip. Way easier. Put everything in the trunk, have the dog laying down in the back seat, and just go. But nope, he takes the bike. Like, what the fuck? Why?
You could have took Azul's truck. It was right outside.
I wrote that down.
Mhm.
Why can't you just take the truck? It's right there.
Yes.
I've always wondered that.
Because
And
it's not
nobody's
as
using
cool looking.
That's exactly it, Chris.
Yep.
That's
It's
absolutely
not as
it.
cool looking to the audience.
It's a
not
pickup truck.
badass enough.
But it's more believable than seeing a pit bull somehow.
On a motorcycle. just
Yeah.
chilling. Comfortably calm. Yeah, right.
Yeah, comfortably calm on the back of a motorcycle.
Mhm.
Real life,
for-
there'd be fucking bungee cords and shit
All
holding him
kinds of
down
shit.
and shit. Like
That
he's
dog
luggage.
still wouldn't sit still. Like, nah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Bad idea. Bad idea.
Also, the mariachi guy seemed to have no problem killing people once he got
Yeah,
into
he was
it.
pretty good
Yeah.
with that gun.
Yeah, he
He
was
was great with
pretty.
that.
Yeah, he was pretty on the nose with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
like-
you know what though? Here's something this is what. So when the two guys shoot each other, because you know when he goes back to the girl, where he's
mhm.
like, I killed 4 guys, you killed 2.
Yeah, that I
The
thought
other
the
two
same
killed each
thing.
other.
He only actually kills 2. The other 2 guys just shot each other.
Trying to shoot you. You didn't do anything but get out of the way.
He just ran.
And I don't know how they missed him, but hit each. I'm like, what the? He's right there. You guys you could have ran him over with the damn truck. But
Speaking
no.
of truck, I like that yellow Ford. That
Yeah.
was a slick looking truck. I don't know what year that would have been. Probably, I would say late 70s, early 80s version of that truck,
Mhm.
but that truck was fine.
That was a nice truck.
Yeah.
Hopped right into the bed of it. Of course, the bed of the enemy. Right
Yep.
into it. They're just laying down, thinking he's
You're
getting
always in
away.
the bed of the enemy.
And then got knocked out. He looked up, got punched right in the face. I was
Yep.
like, oh,
Yeah, the
That's a
goon's
rough.
taking the wrong guy.
that's
They-
not him.
I don't.
And then on top of that, like, you bring him all the way to where the guy is, to where the kingpin is. Like, he sees his face. That's not him. In real life, that with that type of shit, you're even if it's the wrong person, they're still gonna kill him so he doesn't say shit. Even though he's gonna
I
say, I'm
mean,
not gonna say nothing.
The only thing I could say about that is they portray it as him still being knocked out and not even being aware of where he is.
Yeah.
He doesn't really wake up until they bring him back and throw him onto the road. But
Yeah,
you've
but then he
literally
gets-
just watched this guy shoot everyone you've been chasing him with, and you're still gonna just throw him back where you
Yep.
found him.
That's another thing too. Like, you killed my partners, 2 of them at least, so I got to kill you. But no, nope.
But coconuts are free.
Yeah,
Oh, that's one thing I've learned.
Yeah.
according
I do,
to this,
but I hate coconuts. So
same here. Same
I like he didn't pay for it. I'm like, wait, dude, you got to pay for that. I don't care. Like,
And then he was like, coconuts are free. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, this guy's over here busting his ass, chopping that ice up. You owe him some fucking money.
I'm gonna slap my
In that
coconuts in your
hot
face.
ass sun.
Coconuts to your face can be free, sure.
Nah, I'm sure there's a subscription for that.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, this is the typical, like, he's a badass, he has a past, that's why, like, he didn't want to use a gun, and then, you know, it's just one of those stories where it's like, oh, he's mysterious and dark, and he has a past, and there's a reason why he doesn't want to use guns, but then when he does, he's so good at it, you know what I
but
mean?
If that was what they were going for, I think they failed because
Mhm.
I think they
Mhm.
make it clear he's a pussy. He has no past like that, but he has no problem once it starts. And then at the end, he's basically an assassin for hire. I don't know where he's going on the motorcycle. Is he just going around? He doesn't have a guitar anymore. He had his hand blown off.
Yep.
Which I
It'll
laughed
grow
at.
back. It'll grow back.
He's like, I may never play again. In the voiceover, he's like, that fucker's never playing guitar again. So now is he just a fucking assassin for hire with guns in a guitar case and somehow a pit bull on the back of his motorcycle?
But he could have just took the pickup truck.
I
Dog could have sat in the front seat with him. Throw all the other shit in the back. Shit, you can even put the bike in the back.
I
Then you
guess
have two
you're gonna have
vehicles.
to
Take
go
the motor-
watch Desperado, and then Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
or is he going to bang Helma Sayak or Selma Hayek from there?
Helma Sayak. Helma Sayak.
I'm with
I might be
it.
more drunk. I might be more drunk than I thought I was.
Helma
This guy said
Sayak.
Helma Sayak.
I
Sounds
think
like a
that-
back issue, sciatica
So-
or some shit.
So yeah,
You want to hear something funny just because we're talking movies? My boy, shout out to you, Dustin. He got, who was it? Halle Berry and like Drew Barrymore mixed up. I was like, how?
wow.
I was dying. I was like, I can't even say it's a race thing because it was a black woman and a white woman. How was that confusion? I was like, is the Berry part in the name or something? I forgot what movie we were talking about.
Holly
but,
Berry, Drew Barrymore. Okay,
Guess.
I mean, Barry's there, but
that's it.
Truthfully, mine was always Bill Pullman, Bill Paxton.
that happens. Yeah,
Okay.
that one I can see.
Like I always was like, I don't remember which one that is. Which one?
No,
You know.
no.
But I was dying with that.
Okay.
But
Bill Paxton. I'm trying to picture Bill
Yeah,
Paxton.
I don't know, man. This movie was weird. It had some. I could see your point, Aaron. There was, I think, some bad acting in some scenes. But there were also some scenes that were entertaining. But I feel like there was some slapstick in there almost too. I don't know. It was a weird combination of things.
All right, but now
Yeah.
knowing that it was such a low budget film that was an entryway for somebody, does that kind of make you go, you know what? This is a little bit better than
That
I'm
adds a
giving it
little
credit
more
for.
intrigue to it, just knowing what Robert Rodriguez's career has taken him and what's come after.
Video Juegos, is that what we're going with?
Video game wheel?
Video games. Video killed the radio star.
I know Mortal Kombat's still on there with Street Fighter.
Street
and
Fighter,
Sonic.
yeah.
I think it's just Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and then the Sonic movies.
You guys did Doom and something else.
I haven't seen Doom.
No, we didn't
No?
do Doom. We did
I thought you guys did Doom.
no, we did Uncharted, and that's Sonic 1 and 2, and then Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter are supposed to be together, so you know what?
I thought more. Wait, is there only one Street Fighter movie? I don't
Yeah.
remember.
So if it lands at Street Fighter or
live
Mortal
action,
Kombat, we'll
yes.
just-
Did we do Mortal Kombat, the new Mortal Kombat?
we did a while ago when it,
Because
like, around when it
what
came out.
about Mortal Kombat 1 and 2?
We're about to do one right now. Well, we're about to do Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, probably.
But if we do with Mortal Kombat, it should be Mortal Kombat 1 and 2.
I think we did. Didn't we do Annihilation already too?
I don't think we did.
Well, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, it is.
Maybe we should just do Street Fighter and then
By-
have Mortal
by
Kombat
itself?
1 and 2. Yeah.
All
I
right,
kind of feel like we should do Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation together.
I'm down with that.
Either
So
way
just
for
Street
me.
Fighter.
I mean,
Street
there's
Fighter
like
getting-
3, 4, 5 fucking animated ones for the Street Fighter, but not.
Live action. Oh no, we
Yeah.
want the live action.
Oh, you know what? I mean, we can just figure something out in the group chat tomorrow if we want to add in a second video game movie, but
I'm fine with just Street Fighter.
I feel it's
But-
only right if we do that original Mortal Kombat, we got to do Annihilation.
What did you
with it.
guys do when Need for Speed was there?
That was mixed with
Un-
something else.
Was it Uncharted?
Was that Need for Speed and Uncharted?
It might have been.
been. I think so.
I'm not gonna lie, I watched Sonic 2 maybe 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
I
shit.
forgot we even had that on a wheel.
Nice.
Boom! Look at it. Legend of Chung Li. So we'll do that for our
Oh
second.
yeah, that's right. That is a Street Fighter.
so we'll
Oh,
do that for
okay.
the other one.
All right.
That,
There we
The
go.
one-
listen to this.
the
man.
one
Deadpool.
Deadpool is
Chris
just-
Deadpool's better at running this show than we are.
That's
So shout out to him.
He is. He
Yeah,
really is.
the
pays-
one with I think Kristen, whatever her
pays-
name was from Smallville,
Yeah, it is.
played Lana.
smoking hot.
Pays way more attention to these shows than we do. Like shit, the other
He
day.
said way more attention to the
No,
shows
because
than
look
we
at
he
the,
does.
the other day. I think it was a Thursday show, Chris. Remember, I was like, I forgot what time the show that I did. The midnight show. I forgot what time exactly it was. He was like, "Oh, you have a schedule for 12:45." Like,
Yeah.
how the fuck does he remember this shit? I make the damn schedules and don't remember that shit at all. He's like, boom. He just has the time. He's good. He's good.
Yes, I'm impressed.
Very.
Shows Street Fighter and Legend of Chun Li, which I have not seen. Legend of Chun Li.
Me either.
I'm very excited to watch Street Fighter again. I haven't watched that since I was a kid.
Same here. I hated it when I watched it as a kid. I probably watched it maybe 2 or 3 times as a kid.
I'm not looking forward to this because it's one of those movies that I've watched several times, and I'm pretty sure as a child I was mind fucking myself.
I'm ready for a little Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I'm pretty sure I made myself think I enjoyed it.
See, we appreciate you, man. We appreciate
That's right. He's the man.
He 24. He's not lying. Like I said, we're not bullshitting.
He's not lying. Yo, he was on my stream earlier today while I was playing Apex.
Yo, listen, this is my 4th stream this week, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah. No, 5th stream this week. I'm Girl Man from the 5th floor.
Damn.
If you guys seen Martin, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
But the opposite, you have no family.
And not only was Dadpool here for them all, he had a message before the show even started, like in the comments. Come on, man, look at this. And that reminds us what we're supposed to be talking about, what show, what time. He just gave us a movie. This is just great.
Excellent.
It's just great. But now it's time for Pan's
Labyrinth. Let him do everything, and we'll just sit here and smoke and drink and talk about it.
Yeah, there you go. What do you need us to do?
That was my cue.
Early ratings for Pan's Labyrinth.
This movie always fucking. I still don't know what the fuck happened, to be honest with you. I'm gonna say 5 for now, just because I don't even think I understand what exactly this movie does and what it is. So I'm gonna go with 5.
All right.
I feel like it might deserve more.
I'm gonna go 9.
Okay.
This was the first time watch for me, and I'm gonna go 8.
Ooh. First time watch for me too. 6.5. Excuse me.
This movie was more fucked up than I was expecting, and I kept getting. I don't know. I knew Pan's Labyrinth. I knew of it. I never saw it. I knew it was a good Del Toro film and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
2006, I think, was the date on it. I knew it was some kind of fantasy thing, but I'm watching this and just looking at the movie poster, the main character's little kid, so I wasn't expecting it to get too
into it
out there. And this movie's fucked up. There's a lot of shit in this that happens that I'm like, holy shit. Okay. I wasn't expecting it, and they took it to some extremes, and I thought it was great. I thought it was really good.
I think it's a great multi-layered tale, because you have the 2 different storylines going on at the same time and how they tied together so seamlessly. To me, it really impressed me. This is the second time that I've seen it. I saw it the first time when it came out in the theater, and I liked it then. I thought it was a unique kind of like fairy tale for adults, I guess. And I think they even call it that. I think when I was doing some research that it's like that. I really dug it. I kind of forgot like the setting in terms of the captain and the military. Like I was like, why I couldn't remember what the historical background was on that. And I went back and looked, and I was like, okay. And so I think that's my only complaint, was that could have been spelled out a little bit better, especially earlier on, where, okay, it's the fascists versus the anti-fascists. It's still the Civil War of Spain, or a few years after that. It's going on during World War II. Like that, somehow some dialogue there, maybe 5 minutes of dialogue could have clarified that right out of the get-go.
I could see that. I was expecting a little more fantasy to it. especially with the very beginning. I thought she escapes into this land basically, and that part of the film was going to be her in her kingdom and the fantasy land, which it's not. She
No.
Not at all.
doesn't even get to it until the very, very end. And then it's not an explanation or exploration of that land or anything really. The whole story is her basically getting to a point where she sacrifices herself.
Yeah,
get there.
technically.
Like, wow, this is not what I thought it was. And it was, I don't know, this movie had a lot of great misdirection to me.
See,
Agreed.
and that's probably where I keep getting fucked up. And this is probably the third time that I've seen this movie. And I'm like, you guys got all of that from all of this? It's like, I must have not been paying attention every single time, or something's just with this movie that I just can't connect, and I just don't know what the fuck's going on. It's done really well, and it's visually great looking and all that stuff. Don't get me wrong. It's a well put together movie. And that's why I'm like, let me at least give it a 5. But for some reason, this story just never gets to me. It just never gets to me. And I'm always just like, what the fuck?
Do you like
time?
do you like I guess if you throw this one in that realm, maybe to an extent, I guess you could, you take maybe dark fantasy, but do you like fantasy type films?
I guess I do, but at the same time, like I said, this one I've always had a tough time connecting with. It's never really registered to me that there was all of this other plot and all these 2 sub fucking things happening at once. I don't know why. I don't know why this movie just never fucking hits me.
Shows that disobedience is a correct way of action.
I mean, usually, right? Those who go against the grain, the greatest, take the greatest risk, are usually rewarded the most. You know,
Deadpool makes better points than us and keeps us on track.
This is phenomenal. I'm glad he's on our side at least.
Who, Deadpool?
Like, yeah, if he ever just like turns around and hates us, we're fucked.
Yeah, we're gonna need you in about 5 to 8 minutes to also tell us like how these 2 movies kind of go together or relate to each other. So keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, that is the thing we do.
Here, episode idea: just us reacting to Deadpool's comments while we're really drunk or stoned on anything.
I mean, we could do that now, but mix it in with the reviews.
Yeah. But first, I hate bugs, so I'm not following bugs or giant bugs anywhere. For one thing,
that to me, I wrote down, Chris, is like the grossest part of this movie. Like that made me super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
When she's in that tree and that giant frog and
that giant fucking frog, man.
Yeah.
Oh, when it exploded or whatever, or when it melted, whatever the fuck it did.
It licked her face. It grabbed her hand.
Yep.
Gross. Absolutely disgusting.
The only thing I found slightly ridiculous is the fact. So at the very beginning, they're driving the mother and Ophelia to meet the captain. They stop because the mother's sick, and the daughter just stumbles across that piece of the statue with the eye on it in the middle of the road. I'm like, that's literally there for that anybody could pick up and put in that statue. I'm like, what if it's not her or anything like that? Just somebody walking through the woods.
But that's why she was the one or whatever, because it was supposed to. You know what I mean? It's again, I guess going back to Chris's point, it's in the movie. Shout out to Slinky. It's in the script. Movie's got a movie, all that shit. But it's also like that whole chosen one thing that movies do. And they don't, you know what I mean? It's how did this kid find this rock? How is this scrawny dude the one that pulled the freaking sword out of the stone? But it's because you're that chosen one for whatever reason, because your dad decided to go raw that night, and then you were born on this day, and the fucking moon and the stars and all this other crazy shit.
So again,
you're the chosen one.
Art mirrors reality, right? That's how life unfolds, right? A bunch of different causes of shit that happens after people make choices and all this shit, but yet we don't know why or what the fuck. Well, it's the same shit in a movie. The only difference is we're watching a movie and we're paying attention to it, so we're like,
it starts out.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
It starts out with someone going raw, Chris.
But yet, half the time in our life, we're like, but why?
That's how life starts. Why not a movie?
That's true. That's true.
Well, I felt like one of the other things that critics have complained about with this movie, but I found it intriguing, was remember the dinner scene and you had the two women like, so how did you meet El Capitan? And she tells the story, well, my husband was a tailor and then he died and then I met El Capitan. And I know that kind of like, to me, that makes me kind of question, did you really like by accident, by coincidence?
I 100% thought the captain murdered her husband.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, it leaves that up to interpretation. Like, yeah, did the captain just, kill him so he could step in and take her?
Said he was a traitor, or however, whatever they did.
Yeah, like I like that, and some people have ragged on that, but I think that's cool, man.
See,
that makes me interact with the film.
And with that though, I could be wrong, but it could be the argument to what you just said though. Is you thought like that, and you thought of that, like, wait, so does this mean the captain's just knocking these dudes up? Wait, let me rephrase that because that can come out a different way. Is he just taking these dudes out? If I say knocking them off, it sounds like sex, so I don't mean it like that.
Hey, we should say whacking them.
He whacked them off.
He whacked them off.
He did whack him.
You're raising a different issue. Did he take out this guy because he actually was attracted to his wife, or is he taking out guys to try and have sex with their wives just to have a son? Because he was all about having a son.
Yes.
Yeah,
very much
true.
so.
Because he was. I mean, I know this is wrong. Because he wasn't as close to the girl, because that was like his quote unquote. Well, I mean, she didn't like him either, but that was like his stepdaughter versus having his blood son. So I get that part. And look at this dad pool connection through Cinco de Mayo liberation, celebration of a country's independence post-war. That's better than anything we would have came up with.
Jesus, I don't even know how to respond to that.
I don't either. I'm just gonna agree with it.
Well done.
Shit, I'm fucking starring this and pinning that shit to the top because he earned that again. This guy, man, he's good. He's fucking good.
Yeah.
I think.
Well,
do you have a connect? Does anybody else have a connection though?
I do.
Oh, go ahead.
I just kept it simple because to me, I know oftentimes in books and movies and comics and whatnot, there's always those classic themes. To me, I think this is just the classic theme of, to feel safe and secure with your surroundings. Because the El Mariachi's not safe by any means. He's got the thugs coming after him. He doesn't really fit in, as Chris pointed out, when he goes to get the first job, like he's laughed at that bar and he hits the bricks. And so, and clearly Ophelia is not at all, or her brother are in a safe position because of not only an asshole for a father, but also you have a war going on around you. So to me, that's what resonated with me.
Wow. Yo, guy, we suck. Look at this. John comes on here for the first damn time and says some shit like that. And Dadpool, you see what Dadpool does.
I was gonna say they're both in Spanish and have subtitles, but
but we said we can't use the wheel as the connection. That was the whole point of the.
We are both on the rice and beans wheel.
Oh man.
I could see the outsider feeling between Ophelia and El Mariachi in different environments, trying to find someone to connect to or something like that.
And you could say, and then Pan's Labyrinth, same thing. Especially after the little girl loses her mother, she only has her little brother for a moment, and that was it because her real father had already died. Which let's get to that part though. But the end where the little girl ends up that part surprised the hell out of me.
I did not think she was gonna die. No, I didn't think the El Capitan would kill her or anything like that.
No. And he shot her. I was like, oh, they didn't show it, but they insinuated it. And then, she's holding her stomach or whatever and falls down.
Yeah.
You knew her blood was eventually going to do something because they said, the blood of the innocent or whatever. And the crazy part is, so after this all happens and when she gets to, she gets to see her parents again and all this and that fucking thing. What is that thing?
A fawn. That creature.
Fawn.
Yeah.
They did it. This is why I say I think they did a good job with misdirection. Like some of the stuff, having watched it now, I'm like, I should have leaned into those instincts as opposed to I thought the fawn. They did a good job. Like I thought the fawn was gonna steer her wrong. No,
Mhm.
he was
Mhm.
actually telling the truth the whole time, even though they made it look super sinister.
Mhm.
And this
Uh,
thing, whatever the hell this thing was, I
Yeah.
wish
Dude,
was in the
that
movie
fucking
more.
monster with the eye in the hands was awesome.
Yeah, I wish
Mhm.
it was in the movie more. Like, just because so many, this is my first time watching the movie. So, like, when you see movie posters or like something from this movie, you always see that. And I'm thinking that this had a lot more to do with the movie than it actually did.
That
Like,
scene was fucking intense, dude.
it was. She was just over there
Where
eating
she
them damn
goes
grapes.
into that banquet hall and it's just there, sitting at the table with the
I
eyes on a plate.
Yep.
I actually yelled out. I was like, "Don't take any grapes!" Like,
I
and
thought
then
I
it
was
like,
thinking that in my head. I'm like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I know, I did it. I was like, "Oh, thank God nobody was here because that would have been embarrassing." Shit.
Oh, so white guys do it too, Chris. We learned something.
Oh, yeah, but we do it at home. We don't do it in the theater.
Hey, man. Hey, listen. Sometimes, no, I hate when people do that shit in the theater. Oh my god.
There's
Oh,
certain
yeah.
etiquettes. There's just certain etiquettes, man.
Yeah, at home is different, but in the theater, the only time I don't mind it in the theater is if it's like a real scary scene or whatever, or real creepy, and people are like, "Oh shit," type of that, and then it's end right there, where it's like the whole crowd reaction, then it ends right there, but not the one where it's just people doing it throughout the whole. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
No, but that eye monster scene where she goes in down there, I think that was one of the best scenes of the movie for me.
Okay.
I think that was super cool. It wasn't something I've seen before. Honestly, maybe it's only because of recent pop culture and where I am in life, but it gave me Stranger Things vibes.
There you
That's
go.
a
Yes.
more recent
Yes, and it's
type reference.
I love that you mentioned that because I've been doing a watch party for Stranger Things and just finished season 3 last night. I forgot how great that freaking show is.
I mean, if you think about it, Stranger Things takes a lot of influence and liberties from a lot of past things, and I'm sure
Oh yeah,
some of that vibe and some of that feel came from some of
Let's set
this.
the
You know what I
post thing
mean?
up. This thing right here should be this should have been in the movie more. Like I would want to see a really dark horror movie with this in there, ripping shit apart and killing shit and like throwing its eye down the hall to follow you and all this other crazy shit. But yeah, that's just me.
I could see how they could have
That
made
shit
that a
freaks
little
me out.
more.
Yeah, it's still cool as hell though. It's still cool as
Shit
hell.
freaks me out.
Yeah,
Freaks you out.
that thing was fucking freaky.
hmm
If I may, I'll say the only other negative thing that I had besides putting the setting in context was I was surprised how El Capitan, how Vidal was still standing after getting shivved several times by
Oh
Mercedes.
God, yeah.
I was like, yeah, because she gave him the and then lifted up.
She gave him the Joker.
Yeah.
She did,
slicing
half of
his
it.
face.
Yeah,
Half of
and
it.
I couldn't believe he was still standing. I'm like, because I thought
Like,
for certain
If
he's
you're
dead.
like you knew from the beginning, I think they made it kind of fairly obvious. Mercedes and the doctor were working
Mhm.
with the rebels or whatever
Oh
you
yeah,
want to call
yeah.
them.
hmm
What she has she has the chance to stab him. She literally stabs him in the back once, like in the front once, and then slices him in the mouth. Why is she not going to fucking town and making sure he's
He's
not
done.
dead when she goes to leave?
Because movies got a movie, Chris. That into too easy.
I was gonna bring this up, but Dadpool beat
Nice.
me to it. Linda Hamilton's gonna be in Stranger Things season 5
That's awesome.
from the Terminator.
I really got to start this show, man.
Yeah, no,
Have you
listen,
not
listen.
watched any of it?
I have not. I have not.
It's really really good. It's awesome. I'd say watch it with the wife if you can. Like if you guys kind of watch it together.
The thing about Stranger Things now is I don't know how to explain it to people that haven't seen it, only because it's been such a big pop culture phenomenon.
Mhm.
I don't want them to go in there with super high expectations, even though it's really good.
Fair.
You know what I
It's-
mean?
You know what it is too with that. I feel like if Chris would have watched it when the hype was really 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 going for it and the conversations were really going for it. Not saying that they're gone now, but you know what I mean. I think he would have been. I'm not gonna say he wouldn't have enjoyed. I don't know. I think he would have been into it. Like, oh shit, I gotta watch this, and then really like broke it down and got his feelings for it. But now it's almost like I gotta go back.
Honestly,
and watch
now
it.
that we're talking about it, I want to go back and watch the I forgot the character's name already, but the fucking Metallica scene from this past season.
It was
Where
Eddie,
he's
right?
playing Eddie, where Eddie's fucking playing Metallica. I want to watch that again.
But yeah, it's a. I was
That's all
telling
I'm
my
gonna
wife-
say.
I was telling my cousin he needs to check that show out. I was like, it's an awesome show. You get a really nice 80s vibe too, and just it's you know what I really like about that show is it puts you back in like that thing of when you know when you're playing with your friends and stuff, and just kind of that childhood thing. That's all you're thinking about is having fun, and that's it, just having a good. And I'm like, yeah, this is. I didn't play Dungeons and Dragons.
If we ever get, yeah, if we ever got into D&D, we'd be fucking super nerds. But
honestly, yo, like looking back, there's certain games that you play like when you get a little bit older. I'm like, where was this when I was like? I wish I knew some people.
It
that
was
played
there.
this.
I've only played it twice in my life, maybe.
I've never played it. I've never even heard about it until probably late teens or maybe high school, maybe after that. I really don't.
I don't have the strength to put into learning it at this point.
Nah, me
I was
either.
gonna say it's like Magic and shit like that. I'm
Yeah.
like, nah, too late.
Nah, Magic. I have to get. I haven't played Magic in about how old am I? 37, maybe about 10 years.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah, wait, no, too late.
I appreciate that it's out there and what it is and what it does, but I don't have the strength to fucking
To learn. Nah, I don't have the strength to relearn it. I also don't have the strength to get rid of my cards because the artwork is fucking magnificent on there. So, yeah, I'm gonna keep
what else was it? Yeah, so they kind of make it clear that Mercedes and the Doctor were working with the rebels at the Labyrinth. Where he goes in, so they go to the rebel camp and he has to cut off the guy's leg. I fucking winced at that scene.
Yeah.
Right where he's like, I'll try to do it in as few cuts as possible. He's like, give me a minute. It's like, all right. And then they just show the saw going, and then they cut the scene. Like, ah!
Oh, Chris, come on. That's nothing. You don't watch enough gory horror movies.
I don't. It was more realistic.
That one didn't bother me as much as the scene where Mercedes is milking the cow. That also creeped me out. I don't know why, but I was like, ugh. Milking the cow. Yeah, I was like, meh. I'm a city boy. I didn't grow up in the country. I wasn't around chickens and cows and
Same here.
That's where your milk's coming from.
Well, I know, but I kind of didn't want. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to see how they make.
You might as well just put your lips on the teat.
He's like,
I wouldn't recommend that. I'm only saying that because I don't want some idiot to go out here. Oh, I heard it's a popcorn and pint. No, don't do that, people. Don't really do that.
First off, if you're dumb enough to do anything because you say you heard it on Popcorn and Pints, you deserve what happens.
That's true. Unless we tell you to read a book.
You deserve to be on the Breakfast Club Donkey of the Day.
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie was just more. What drew me into this movie is I don't know what my expectation was, but as I'm watching it, there's literally something that happens within each 45 minutes or so. I'm like, this is more fucked up than what I thought I was going to see, and that drew me in more.
I went to go see it because of the animatronics, like in the ads. You know, they show you the fawn a lot, and I'm like, that looks cool. Like I really didn't have high expectations when I went in to see it, and I love that it ended up being a pick, so I could revisit it because, as I said, I've seen it in the theater and then I've seen it here in my own home. But yeah, the story was so engrossing. And look, I'm not a Del Toro guy because he's put out some stuff that I think is utter trash, and he's done some great work. So I'm not like a rah Del Toro brought me here type of guy either.
No, he has a style, and this is in his style.
Yep.
But it is weird. It is weird when you see something in his style that you enjoy, and then stuff in his style that you don't.
Which is not great. Yeah.
What's some of the other stuff? Now I gotta look it
The
up.
Shape of Water.
I didn't see that. He
that recently came out, right? A couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Is that the same character that's in Hellboy?
No, they look similar, but no.
Did he do the latest Pinocchio movie?
He did from 2022. He did that, and he did Cabinets of Curiosity over on Netflix, which is good.
Oh, okay,
good.
yeah.
It's
definitely he's somebody that's definitely hit or miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you just have to have that, that thing for. I'm sure there's some people that's their favorite. This type of shit he does, they just love it. Which I get it.
I detest Shape of Water, and all my friends are like, "You're an idiot."
I don't think I've seen it.
I don't like it at all. And I like Michael Shannon, and he's in it, and he plays a great villain. But I'm like, yeah, no, this story's stupid. This is ridiculous.
I get we all get like that.
By the way, when the rebels, so they destroy that train and set off all these explosions so they can get to that supply
Mhm.
that the captain has locked up. Dude, blow up the lock, man. You have a key, but blow up the fucking lock.
Yeah,
Come on, man. It's a wooden door. Even if it doesn't destroy the lock, you could have
it's
put a
gonna
grenade
destroy the
there.
door. Like you could have really just shot the door a few times. Just
Like
kicked it.
that was a story weak point for me.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because that
Yeah,
tipped the hand as to it was an
Yeah.
inside job.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
they got a movie though, guys. They got a movie.
I get it. You got a movie,
Got a movie.
but still.
How about the scene when the anti-fascists are outside the labyrinth when Vidal shows up with his kid?
Oh, and he comes walking out.
Yeah. Did you even for a split second think they may let him go, Vidal?
No.
Really? Because I thought for a split second, I'm like, because he's got the kid, maybe they let him go if he's exiled.
I thought they were
somewhere
going to
else.
shoot him, even if it meant he fell to the ground with the kid in his arms.
Okay.
Oh wow.
I thought they would have been like, the baby will be fine. Shoot him in the head.
See, and I see that part. I didn't think. I wasn't surprised when they killed him. I thought I actually when he handed the baby off, I kind of felt like after he hands his baby off, something's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, as soon as he handed the baby over,
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah,
yeah, he
100.
dead.
Yeah.
Which actually, that's another way this can connect.
I like that they
is
shot him right in the face, though.
when you go,
that
when
that
you
was a
go
great
back
scene.
to El Mariachi. Once their leader gets killed, nobody did shit to like back him up or nothing. They were just like, oh fuck it, it's over.
Nobody liked
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then-
Absolutely.
Well, no, actually, with the captain though, a bunch of people were killed off, and the other team was after, or the other people that were fighting the war with were after him. But still, like a lot of people that lived there with him, they were just scared. They didn't like him. They were just scared. And same thing.
Well,
with
think
this.
about he was pretty intimidating in that one scene where they caught the two guys with the rabbits.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, he had treated his like that. He treated them horribly, but then the way I forget what he said, like maybe you'll learn how to properly, search these people, so I don't have to come out here. Like,
Oh, I
he
forgot
seemed
about
like-
that scene.
he seems like he's an asshole.
They
to everyone.
they fucking they grab the son and father rabbit hunters,
Mhm.
and then they find a bottle of what I assume is some kind of liquor in their bag, and he literally beats his face in with it.
yeah.
I think that was the first point in the movie where I'm like, oh shit, this is
A little more serious.
a little
than you
more
thought.
serious than I thought it was going to be.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
And then he's like, learn how to search these assholes better or something like that.
I'm gonna do a quick
Yeah.
ad, guys. Quick ad before I forget.
We have an ad?
A new video game developer expo is coming to New York's Tech Valley region. One Upstate, a celebration of games and the people who make them, is coming to Albany, New York in 2023. Visit oneupstate.com for more information.
OneUpstate.com for more information.
It's true. Visit it. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah, it is.
If you're into video games at all at any level, it'll be interesting to you.
He's right. When he's right, he's right.
It is.
Yes, sir.
Did anybody else think in Pan's Labyrinth that we need more automobiles with giant running boards and a spare tire on the side? Because I was like,
I don't know
popped
how
for that.
I don't know why we don't still have those.
Yeah, I was like, that's sweet. Like that would be badass. to
Why would you
have
not
in
want those spare
2023.
tires? Certainly more accessible and in a designer look.
Yes, absolutely. I really enjoyed those cars. I'm like, yeah, we need to bring those back.
Shit, we need. You know what? Speaking of that, we need to bring a full spare tire back. Fuck the damn donut.
Yeah, that's
All that
true.
money you pay for a car, and you give me a damn donut.
No, that's
Oh,
a
you
fair
don't get a
point.
donut anymore.
I've legit always thought that.
Yo, you know how many cars don't do anything?
Yeah,
Like you have to pay for some of them. Some of them there's not even a spot in the trunk anymore.
thank
That's
you, Chris,
ridiculous.
because I've just bought a brand new Kia in November, and
Yep.
that was what they told me. They go, here's your can of Inflate-A-Flat, and yeah,
Yo,
and then if you want a spare tire, you have to buy it.
Not even a discount to a AAA membership? Jesus.
No,
Nope. It's
and it's ridiculous too. It's like fucking $350 or something like that. $300 as an option.
Like if your car has a trunk, that's like that's been the designated spot for
Or-
decades.
Yeah.
shit.
No longer, man.
Wow.
No longer. Hey, we're gonna get to a point like the NBA's looking at a new ball, right? Wilson's making a new ball that's 3D printed. Who knows if they don't do something like that for a tire where you don't have to no air, no nothing. You know what I mean? It's got holes in it. There's nothing. It's just till it wears away. You know what I mean? Then you replace it again.
We'll see.
They're going places, man. They're going
Interesting.
places.
We'll see what happens. Some of this shit they need to just slow the hell down. Relax.
Agreed.
Fascinating.
The genie's out the bottle, my friend.
Fucking cards.
And it's smarter than no, it's smarter than
What's
Albert
Dad? I mean, what's
Einstein.
Dadpool got to say to it? He's got better insight than any of us.
That's true. He really does.
Yeah.
But
I don't know,
guys.
man. I would recommend. I didn't know what to expect going into Pan's Labyrinth, and it was better than I had and than I was expecting.
Mhm.
Like
For
it was
sure.
good to the point where it was in Spanish. It had subtitles. I forgot I was even following the movie by reading subtitles. That's
Oh,
how I
okay.
know
Yeah.
I would recommend it to somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like if you're into like the kind of I'll say a dark fantasy film ish / war in a sense, you would like this.
Like they had me up until the end where the captain actually shoots Ophelia.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure it was going to happen.
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all. And honestly, again, with the movie's Pan's, I was expecting to be more in the Labyrinth than anything. Like once she finally got there, I was like, okay, this is where the movie's going to take place. This is where it's going to go on and go from. But no, it didn't. And I'm not mad at it because it took a different twist than I was definitely expecting. So I'm happy about that. I'm going to bump my score up to a 7.
There you go.
I'm going to give it a 7.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was literally thinking the same
sticking
thing. What
with
did I give it initially? A 5 or 5.5?
5. Yeah, you gave it a 5. 7, you said?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You guys influenced me enough.
There we go.
Because I'm like, I'm gonna watch it again, and I'm just gonna really just try to make sure there's nothing else distracting or anything, and just really give it a go one last time. Because if it doesn't fucking work one more time, I'm it's just not a movie for me, man.
I mean, hey, I don't know if I'd go back to it. Like I did enjoy the movie, and yes, I know I gave it a 7, but I don't know if it's one of those 7s that I can go that I would go back to.
It's not the type of movie I'm gonna sit there and watch again.
Yes.
But it's something I'll recommend if somebody hasn't seen it.
For sure. You know what? I'll say that. If you've never seen this movie before, check it out. I'll give you guys that. If you've never seen it before, check it out.
I would probably rewatch it, but it'd be a very long time in between viewings. Like,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be one of those, like, you know, we all have those films where you could throw it in every month and watch it and love it and enjoy it and whatnot.
2 Girls, 1 Cup.
If I'm if I'm sitting down on a movie night with someone that's never seen this, sure, I'll sit through it.
I think I may, but I don't know how much I would pay attention to it. And not even because it was a bad movie, but it's just not. I don't like. I mean, I do like fantasy, but it's not like my top one to go back to. Like, say if this was Friday the 13th, the original Friday the 13th that I'm showing, I'm gonna watch the whole damn movie. I've seen it, God knows how many times, but that's my genre. That's my thing. Fantasy, I enjoy it, but I think it's. I guess you can say with any movie, but for that, it's like a one-time watch. Best time is when you see it the first time, and then I'm good after that.
Fair enough.
But again.
Yeah,
check it out.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Check it
Like
out.
I said, one last try.
Worth watching. That's
Definitely.
what matters.
Agreed.
Definitely.
You should check it out.
Guess we can wrap this one up. And John, I'm gonna pull your logo up. You want to let people know where they can find you again?
Yeah, absolutely. You can follow my personal podcasting project, the PVD Cast, wherever you find podcasts, whatever outlet you use. Just put into the search bar PVD Cast. Sometimes you have to put my name after it, John Orlando, and you should find it. It's also available at pvdcast.com. You can follow a live broadcast I do every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time through the Facebook page. So if you don't want to download it or put it in a queue or anything like that, just go over to the Facebook page, which is at PVDcast, Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to the week's episode. And, just got great episodes coming out every Thursday, except for this Thursday since I'm going on vacation. But yeah, for an example, if you need a little snippet, the last couple of individuals I've had on, two very talented comic book creators, James Ferguson, Mario Candelaria, and of course, a fellow podcaster and indie wrestling personality, Mike Dells, joins me as well.
Nice.
So there's just a couple of little teases, if you will, if you want to check those out.
Nice.
Done.
And people, come on over to Horror Search 30 live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern time. You can go to horrorsearch30.com. You can find all my handles and all that good shit, plus my episodes, audio and visual. Popcorn and Pints. LINKTREE's in the description. Every Saturday, 9 o'clock Eastern time, we review 2 movies, try to see how these 2 movies connect. Check out Stories from a Bar, another awesome podcast. Check out the Z Network. Worst Damn, I gotta get your logo back up here. But
All good.
go check out Worst Damn Gamer. Everywhere you can find him, you're gonna get some entertaining, fun stuff. James, hurry up, heal up, and again, remember when
penis
you
in shape.
masturbate, sit down. Stop hopping
Wow.
around,
Yep.
masturbating.
Wow.
No hopscotch jerking.
Wow.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You're
Wash
not
those
coordinating.
hands.
Wow.
And to everybody else, thanks for popping by. Peace.